Imagine needing life-saving surgery, but also needing your husband's permission to have it, and he has the power to say no. I'm Helen Escott, author and crime historian. I was reading the telegram from December 27th, 1937, and a story out of Montreal caught my eye, titled Women's Rights Making Headway. And here's the article. The laws concerning women in the province of Quebec are still very antiquated, despite some few improvements that have been won by the efforts of women's organizations, said Leslie Bell, addressing the Women's Conservative Association. Mrs. Bell is a member of the Nova Scotia Bar, but is not permitted by the laws of Quebec to practice her profession here. Married women in Quebec are classified in law with minors and lunatics and thus have little control over their own property, the speaker said. It seems to be the idea of our legislators that once a woman is married, she becomes incapable of looking after her own property. Mrs. Bell spoke of the importance of having a contract drawn before marriage, as it could not be made afterwards. Even with a contract, she said, the wife was limited to some extent in the management of her property. A law passed in 1921 under persistent pressure from the women's organizations, and it provided that proceeds of a wife's work and some other specified income was to be reserved for her only. This did not apply, however, to work carried on jointly by the consorts, the proceeds of such work being entirely under the control of the husband. Mrs. Bell pointed out that women married or single may not serve as jurors in Quebec. They are excluded from several professions and from school boards. A woman who is divorced in Quebec cannot receive alimony since divorce is not obtained through the Quebec courts, but is granted by Parliament. Another strange situation, Mrs. Bell thought, arose from the fact that an operation cannot be performed on a married woman without the consent of her husband. We are at least gaining a little headway, she concluded, while women in certain European countries, such as Italy and Germany, are at the present time being deprived of all rights which they have been struggling to obtain for centuries past. Well, there you have it, girls. We have come a long way, baby, and now they want us to go backwards and in heels.